We call it SRK Empire. Dadaji is a pillar of strength for each and every one of us.
What values of Kaka is face of today's growth of SRK?
He knows Gita by heart. When he was young, he took special permission from his boss that I want to go and learn what Bhagavad Gita is. That's how his life changed. When I passed my 10th, I went to him and he's like, oh, you're free. Then why don't you go to a factory and learn?
A good tender becomes a money shot. How you make sure that what you're buying is a best deal?
For a layman, as a rough, it all looks the same. But every diamond is different. There are no same diamonds in the world. For us, the culture is also extremely important. You will be surprised that in our company, there are people who started as a polisher, not a family member, and are active partners in the company. We didn't know whether the organization was going to survive. Then Dadaji said that if we leave the business, we all go together.
With great power comes a great responsibility. Today, India's $4 trillion economy, and it's not something that we do every day and every country can achieve that. Diamond and jewelry industry is part of it, and we cannot ignore contribution of this industry in this growth. This quest got me to India. I'm in Diamond City of India, Surat, and my first destination is none other than SRK1. Today I'm with the 4th generation flag bearer of the company, and SRK1 is doing more than just business. Let's know from Mr. Arpit Narola himself. Welcome, Arpit, on the Jewellery Pod.
Thank you. It's an absolute honor to be here.
It's my honor to have SRK1 on Jewellery Pod. It's a historic milestone for us. How have you been?
All good, all good. Industry is going through a challenging times and there's always new opportunities coming when there are challenges.
And as 4th generation, what role you have taken up, Arpit?
So I look after the rough procurement and also the manufacturing of the entire group.
So the setup where we are sitting is called crafting unit.
Yes, the one we are sitting right now is, we call it SRK Empire, which we started in 2011. And we have another building, which is called SRK House, which we started in 2017 as an expansion of this building. So both the buildings currently holds around 5,000 people.
And when we talk about SRK, it's not just about business, it's a legacy of many years. And I would like to bring in the narrative of Govind who has done to this city and to the diamond industry more than just business. Would you like to throw some light on it?
Everybody in Surat calls him Govind Kaka, but we are the 3rd and 4th generation of the company. And for us as a family, he is Dadaji to us and also a pillar of strength. So anything we want to talk about, be it business or personal lives or anything, he is the one person that we go to and, takes his advice.
What I love about him is he's most agile member of the family, and he's most, if I want to search something about SRK, he's the first one to be shown on the internet.
Yeah.
I love his spirit of facing the camera and actually being verbal about the industry and his values. What values of Kaka is face of today's growth of SRK?
Look, he always speaks from the heart. Wherever he goes to IIT and many other institutions and colleges and schools. People call him to give motivation to students or, be it scientists sometimes. He went to ISRO also a few years ago. So he speaks from his heart. And he speaks from his experiences in life that he has, faced in the past. And he is a good reader. So he likes to read and he likes to write also. So he must have written almost, I think, 50,000 letters in his life, which he has stored and preserved them.
Talking about reading, he's an avid reader and follower of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
And what values he has imparted in you as family and in the whole organization?
See, he knows Gita by heart, so he can start and end anywhere you would like. And all his learnings in life is inspired by Bhagavad Gita. So when he was young, he went to, when the Bhagavad Gita recitation was going on in Surat. That time the working hours used to be 15, 16 hours. So he took special permission from his boss that, I want to go and sit there and learn what Bhagavad Gita is. So his boss gave him special approval. After he said that whatever work I do in the 16 hours, I will rather do it on Sunday or I will make it more efficient and finish the work that I am assigned. And that's how his boss gave him permission to go there. And that's how his life changed.
And it's not even 100 years for the company, right?
Yeah.
It started somewhere in 60s.
It started in 1964.
Thanks to your colleagues who walked me through the wall of fame, and I had some good idea about the company and its formation. It started from a very small hut where he himself, along with his two friends, started polishing diamonds, right?
Yes, that's true. As I told you before, that initially it was few people started, and all the work from rough to polish they had to do it on their own. And they were working 16 hours a day. There was no other life for them.
Mm-hmm.
It was that level of dedication and hard work. So he always said that let your work, give your reflection. So whatever work you do will be the reflection of your soul. There is no other way. So that's how we are, in the organization working. And he always believed no one can hide honesty. So we always lived by that. And he openly challenges that for business, we have never lied to anyone. So that's the open challenge that he says everyone. And obviously, we are also following that. Integrity is in our inheritance. So that's how all the decisions in the company are taken, with utmost respect and care. And whatever we are taught, he always says that don't think you take a decision for short term. Always think long term and take a decision. Whether it's investing in technology or, investing in people or sustainability, he always says and build something that is future ready.
Industry is speaking about traceability a lot, and it's quite a thing that is not only coming from the site holders, but also consumers are very conscious about that their diamond is ethically sourced.
Right.
However, while I was reading about your company literally started traceability, like if I'm not wrong, in 2011 already. You were giving proofs of from where your rough is coming, and your buyer knows about it.
6-7 years ago, where a customer came in and asked us that it was a special stone that time that we had made. And he asked us that, why can't you show me how, he wasn't aware about how rough diamonds are, how it's cut and polished, where it's from. So he's like, if I'm buying such an expensive thing, then why can't you show me how it's come out from the mine, how it's manufactured in the factory? So that's how we came up with our own traceability program called Footprints, where each and every diamond, we give them videos and photos of where it's come from. And like in a single rough diamond, how many smaller and bigger pieces are coming out. So we give them each and every detail. And who polished it, in how much time.
Okay.
So it comes up with a certificate.
Interesting. And whenever we talk to a business that is run by generations, and you being fourth generation yourself, it's not that easy to just take up a position in SRK. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you are absolutely right, Krishna.
Can you throw some light on it, that what actually dirty work you did to be on this position today?
It was pure hard work, I would say. And since my childhood, my dad, like whatever decisions he had to take for my, for schooling or college, like where I should be going, which university I should be selecting, my dad always used to go to Dadaji, that what should I do next for him. And after I finished college, Dad told me that now you do whatever Govind Dadaji says. I said, fine. So I went to meet him. In fact, before that, when I passed my 10th, I was like, obviously we are going on vacation or all that in vacation. So in that particular year, we were not going. And my dad told me, you go to Dadaji and you do what he says. So I went to him and he's like, oh, you're free for, yeah. So why don't you, go to a factory and learn and, you can experience yourself.
When he told you to learn, what was in your mind that what you're going to experience? Were you aware that where you're going to spending your 1 month or 2 months, and were you aware what kind of role will be assigned to you?
No,
it was utterly surprised.
Not at all. In fact, imagine I just passed 10th exam. So I wasn't aware. I only knew that I had to work hard. That's what he told me. And I had to, my identity was hidden that time. Nobody in that factory knew that I was the son of the owner, or, that I should get special treatment. So nobody knew that. Also, he told me that I am not supposed to go in car or bikes. Either I go in cycle or I go in rickshaw, because most people there were coming either by bicycle or rickshaw. He told me that you can never have more facility than your guru. Otherwise, you will never be able to learn. You should always follow what guru says, and you should always be, a learner that time. You cannot behave like a boss. So that time the working hours were 14 hours. And I had to polish, in those 30 days was probably, the toughest work experience of my life, I would say, because I had to sit on stool for 14 hours and polish diamonds non-stop. You get only lunch break that time.
Besides humility, what else you learned that time?
What his intention of me sending there was that what the challenges that people, normal people are, facing. Unless I don't go there, I will not find out what's going on. Their family problems, and they might have problems in the company or something. That I can only find out if I am going there. Me personally, what I learned the most was the respect I started giving, even if I see like a smallest level of job someone is doing, I treat them with utmost respect, because for him probably that's
the whole world.
best thing, and probably his goal to do that.
That's very touching.
That 1 month got over, which was probably the toughest journey in my life. Then again the study started, and then again obviously I had the freedom to choose whether to come in the diamond industry or I go and look after for other opportunities. But I don't know what Dadaji told me I did, and he said that if you have interest, you come in the diamond industry. What hard work I did when I passed my 10th, that made me fascinated about diamonds, that I should come in this industry. And that's how I...
But you had some aspiration as kid. Everyone wants to be something. We are always verbal about our future career goals, that I want to be this. What were yours? Like, I totally got what you learned during your after 10th examination and what Dadaji told you. But as a kid, what were your aspirations?
Because he has achieved so much, the benchmark is so high that even if we can achieve that much, I think we would be happy.
And to be in a family where people and your ancestors or your immediate father, grandfather has achieved so much.
Yeah.
Do you still need to look outside, or you were already motivated by what your family has done?
Yes, I would say I was already, because they had achieved so much, and so I also wanted to, follow the same direction. And he often says that you follow the successful people, the success will come to you.
But as a family, all of the upcoming generations have this option to choose whatever field they like. They can go abroad, they can choose another job.
Yeah, full freedom. So his only thing is that no to drugs, no to alcohol, no to tobacco, no to gambling, and no to like prostitution and all. That's all the things we have to avoid. Otherwise, we have the freedom to do whatever we want. We are proud to say that in our family, no one is involved in any of this.
That's a reflection of family. So even in the industry, people know you for not only for the business and best cut diamond, but also for the family ethics. And that's probably one of the reasons that got me over here. I flew down all the way from Dubai to do this. And so Arpit, you joined like almost 10 years back, right?
Yes.
So when you say that you're taking care of rough tenders and cutting and polishing operations. Right. So how your day looks like?
Since I stay in India, and most of the, the rough decisions are, based on the timings of African Central Time or European Central Time, because most of the companies are there. So the first half of my day, I take all the manufacturing decisions, and second half, most of my time goes in purchasing the rough. I don't limit myself that if it's 6 o'clock, it's the day over. But even if you call me at 11 at night, and if it's related to work, I'll be happy to answer.
And what changes happened after you joined? Like, not only you, there's a set of brothers and cousins, you putting combined efforts. So what are the changes after your generation came in? How it is different from what Dadaji did, or what a generation prior to you did?
I want to emphasize on, technology, because the technology that was there 5-10 years ago, right now it's much more efficient. That time a lot of things were, handwritten, not on the computer, which all the auctions and tenders, in fact, started only 10 years ago, actively on the platform. So a lot of things in the industry has changed. And also we got to know more about what's happening in the mine in the last 10
Right.
years. And they have become more open to show us, that this is the level of work that they are doing. And also most of the rough before was going to Belgium, but now it's coming straight in the hands of manufacturers. As you rightly mentioned before about traceability. So unless and until it doesn't come direct to us, it's difficult to prove the traceability.
And is AI playing any role in this tracing and mapping of diamonds?
AI can certainly play a big role, and we are already looking at it, and we think that grading can be done by AI.
Are you comfortable telling the tool names?
Tool names, I also don't know.
Okay. No
I
worries.
also don't know, but we are actively, working on it, and we have already assigned a few people. And also AI can be used in manufacturing also. Our business is purely based on skill, especially manufacturing. And in manufacturing also, it's the polishing that is completely by the skill of the artisan. So in that also, we are thinking of implementing AI, that AI can tell us that this is the right person for this diamond.
Oh, that's interesting. And if I'm not wrong, it's also driven a lot by what people are buying on your website. Your more than 90% sales is done through website.
Yes.
That's another remarkable achievement for a company which is so into manual work, and our industry is quite manual and tangible. Not enough you can do online unless you have the credibility, and you have made it that user friendly that people actually can pick diamond worth millions online. How did that happen?
Firstly, it started with trust. And the whole company is, driven by trust, respect. We wanted to show what was real about that particular diamond. So we do GIA grading. So that gives few parameters that it gives, like the basic cut clarity and symmetry. So few things GIA gives, but we give additional 20 parameters we give in order for the customer to make decision whether this diamond is right for him or not. And in that also, suppose if GIA says that this is a G color diamond, and we feel that it's more towards H, so we mention on the website that although GIA has given G, but we feel it's more towards H.
Interesting.
So the pricing is also like that. That's the level of, honesty, and it's taken many years for this trust to, come in, because people are making purchases worth thousands of dollars.
Actually.
And they need trust for that. If we break the trust, maybe he will buy once, but he will not come back to us again.
How you ensure cyclic business? If someone has bought first time, how you make sure that they also buy in consecutive quarters?
Over the years, I think we have data of about 20,000 customers who has participated or maybe bought once from us. So we also have, analysis team that analyzes that at this particular time or this particular month, this is the demand that we are going to get from this set of customers. So our sales team then, targets that customer that maybe this is the right product for you. Because since we have data of over so many years, they know that this is definitely going to fit it and this customer will buy it.
And do you consider sales data during those rough tenders? Do you consider them as base for your new buying?
Most important, I would say, is pricing. Whenever a team goes, I used to go myself before, but whenever a team goes, from their experience, they measure that this is a 10 carat rough stone, but we will get a 4 carat round G VVS1. So then they will do the pricing of that stone.
It's also about what best produce we are getting from that stone.
Yes.
I saw on the floor, so there were various factors. They were not only considering that best size we can get out of it, but they also check how clear the stone can be. There are various parameters, of course.
There are a lot, because every diamond is unique.
It's very unique.
That's how, that's the beauty of natural diamonds, that every stone is unique. And it's billion years old.
Yeah. But the tender, a good tender becomes a money shot when you actually have best yield out of it. But how you make sure that what you're buying is a best yield to begin with?
We have to pay Krishna by the highest price in order to win the stone.
Okay. Did it ever happen in the history that it came out to be less than what you guys actually paid?
No, in fact, many times. Sometimes we have
Is it
experienced.
something normal in the
Yeah,
industry?
that's normal because the product is natural.
It kind of looks same, right?
For a layman, as a rough, it all looks the same. But every diamond is different. There are no same diamonds in the world.
And during tenders, you get to prospect them. Can you go through them and then do the final bidding?
Yes. We get to see all of it and then we have to make the bidding.
Arpit, so far we have understood that it's a family-driven business run by the family and grown by the family. But as you are expanding in different countries, are you looking at best talent pool from the market? How usual hiring process goes? Like, what are the parameters? Do you still prefer to have managers from the family, or the company is open to pick talent from outside?
As I mentioned to you, that hard work is our first criteria of joining the company. But if I tell you, even my journey, when I started, I had to go through a training of 2 years. And in that also 1 year, I did polishing myself. I made diamonds myself. That's when, Dadaji approved that, okay, you can make diamond yourself. So now you go to the next level, next department. So for me also, I had to learn everything. And when I was fit for it, that's when I got the opportunity.
But sometimes when we are talking about managing operations, managing or scaling the business for that matter, you do need people from outside. Do you have people besides industry? Is there any provision where you are hiring IITians or technicians or engineers for that matter from outside?
No, we do have, and we in fact have our own institute, like how GIA teaches a diamond graduate course. I believe you have done that course. Yes. So we have our in-house course. Anyone can come and apply for it. And it's a 3 months course. And we try to hire the best talent from that. We don't hire people directly from other company.
Okay.
So they have to go through our own training programs, whether they are fit for our culture or not. For us, the culture is also extremely important. What Dadaji has created over last 60 years, we want to continue that. And you will be surprised that in our company, there are people who started as a polisher, not a family member, and are active partners in the company purely based on their skill.
This is actually amazing.
And this is not just one example. I can tell you 10, 12 examples like that. There are so many people where father and the son are working in the same company.
This is so cool.
They are working with us at the same time. That level of trust people have in us. So for us, the job is hard. So we treat them like, our own son, our own family member. And Dadaji himself, like he gives, even like career advices to, the family members, their son, where should they go, how should they, start their career. So it's not just work, but, even their family members, any problem, be it health, education or anything, he will personally, look after it. For him, it's people first. So even in 2008, in the recession, we didn't know whether the company would survive or not. I was not part of the organization that time, but I heard them, my father and uncle and everyone else talking that we didn't know whether the organization was going to survive. And the hardest call was whether we lay off all the family members or we keep them. Then Dadaji said that if we leave the business, we all go together. So no one was laid off that time. And I think at that point, the company was not even in the top 50s in the diamond business. And soon after that, the God had been so kind that in 2 years, we were in top 15 because of the infrastructure we had. Soon again, the testing happened during COVID. The world stopped.
It was worse for our industry.
Yeah, and every newspaper or every podcast or videos you see that time, they all said diamonds would be the last purchase for anyone.
It is in general as well, like whenever there's a world comes to a standstill or there's a problem, war, it could be social, economic, political changes, our industry is the first one to get affected, you know. No one wants to buy jewelry when they are actually struggling about
But
food.
that time it happened the opposite.
It was amazing for everyone, surprisingly.
So diamond became the first purchase for everyone, rather than
Yeah.
where everybody else was saying that it will be the last purchase. And for us, that time also 3 months the company was shut. So that time we paid salaries in full to everyone. And if you read those letters today that is given by the people, you will have tears in your eyes.
Just to listen that is quite emotional, in fact.
And you won't believe that, in India, more than the first wave, I think the second was even more worst or dangerous. And that time, the government didn't say that you close your factories. It was only in the first wave they said that close your factory. But second became so, it was so that a lot of people were dying.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that, let's close our factory. Business was booming that time because everyone wanted to buy jewelry. So he said that let's shut the factory for 1 month. He's like, I don't want cases to rise in our factory and people to die. If we have people, we can make money next year also. But if we don't have them, how can we make money? So even though the business was booming, we shut the factory for 1 month. Just to,
that's a daring move.
Just to protect the lives of people. So all these things, are touching their heart, and they are working like it's their own company. And that's the biggest achievement we have. In fact, their son is also joining the company.
So interesting.
For us, hiring was never an issue. If you visit here, you ask them randomly. There's so many people who are working with us more than 20 years, 30 years, 35 years. So there are so many people currently I'm working with who were working with the company before even I joined.
Yeah.
So my gurus are still in the company. So you can imagine the level of trust they have in us. It makes our job harder, but we couldn't find a better culture.
It is there. And I have understood well that, it's a place that grows with its people. But sometime, unlike COVID, that was very unfortunate. How companies hedging itself down the line 5 years, if something like that happens again, it could be economic changes, it could be geopolitical pressure. Is there any policy or a structure of the company that, because it was a big learning, COVID was a big learning for all of us to be prepared for something like that to happen? Are there any provisions in the company or internal family discussions in best interest of the business to hedge it from something happening like this in future?
Look, I mean, as a company, and he firmly believes, Dadaji firmly believes that you should never, have such a big,
Over-ambitious?
Yeah, you should never be over-ambitious, and you should never have such dreams that you forget everything and only focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
You should never have such dreams. Take step by step.
Mm-hmm.
We as a company, we go with the flow. We are never very over-ambitious about, future. And we take step-by-step decisions, quarterly decisions, and depending on the market. As a company and at this level, we surely know what direction we are heading to.
That makes more sense. Arpit, you are monitoring market movement very closely, and lately the purchase was not very promising for overall world. I'm talking about the final polished diamonds. Did that reflected anywhere in your business? Did you slow down the production, or were there any instructions within to match the demand of the market?
Last couple of years, 2023 and 2024, the demand for diamonds had been relatively very, very low. So obviously we had slowed down on manufacturing and also purchasing. But we didn't lay off anyone in these last 2 years. We always believed that the time will come. And the first half of 2025 was good because of the infrastructure we had in place. We could take some market share in the industry. And for future also, relationship is our goal. We believe in long-term relationship, be it supplier or be it customers. So our focus has always been, we don't try to take shortcuts for short-term benefits.
Do you have any specialized or curated programs for your buyers that motivates them to keep coming to you?
Absolutely. And also you will be surprised that we manufacture, right from 8 cents to 100 carat or 100 carat and above. So even for that smallest 15, 20 cents diamond, we can make as per measurement of client's requirement. So that's the level of precision we have in manufacturing. Let's keep it this way, Krishna, that we are also a family company, generation company.
No doubt about
and
it.
I take pride in saying that we also have generation clients.
Okay.
We make sure that their requirements are fulfilled, and giving service is the best thing in today's business. I believe in these times, giving service is the best thing you can give to a client.
That makes a whole lot of sense. I'm also dealing with a lot of international clients. Besides podcasts, whenever I sit across with them on table, they are actually, first thing comes up is like delivery schedule. Second comes a requirement. And it actually makes them happy when you tell them that you sold XYZ product in this year. And I believe it's gonna, be again hot again. So they love that kind of homework. When you go with those kind of numbers to your client, they actually love it.
You are absolutely right. In today's world, if we promise something, if an organization is promising something, as a customer, you want that the company fulfills that promise, be it about time or quality or assurance. So that's the world we live in, and now you know how fast the world is.
It's very fast. It's tough to keep.
You
pace
get a
with.
free pizza if you don't get the pizza on time.
Arpit, it was a great conversation. I really don't know how to keep track of time. I have so much more to discuss with you. But I would really love to conclude this podcast with secret sauce of SRK. The company took some daring moves over the decades, and proof is in the pudding that where you guys are at today. It's commendable. It's not only contribution to you as a group. It's a matter of pride for the industry to look up to your company's growth and achievements. So what are the secret sauce of SRK?
People of the company, they have been with us through and through in the tough times. We are enjoying best times together. That's how the company has grown so far. And obviously, trust is the biggest motivator for our company. Wherever we go, whenever you listen about SRK, someone will tell you is the trust that we hold for the industry. And we are proud not for the business we do, but also for the work that we do for the community. Dadaji himself personally looks after all the social work that we do. There are lots of things to discuss, but whenever we have time, we will discuss in
his
detail.
main focus is that now. He's
Yes,
actually
his main focus is
given
that.
business to you guys.
When his liver transplanted, 3 years ago, obviously he calls it his second life. After he recovered, we asked him, where do you want to go? We told them as a family, let's all of us go to, Switzerland, somewhere, nice, and we relax and enjoy. Then he's like, no, I want to go where I started from. So he wanted to go to his village. That's where he started. And he's like, I want to meet people there, help them. And he's like, think about what can we do for the village. So everyone came up with, 3-4 ideas. Like someone said that we should put solar panels on the homes of the families. Someone says that we give them monetary benefit as per how old they are. They said that we give free treatments to the entire village in the hospital.
And when we say village, so it's not just one village. I think there are more than.
No, so the surrounding villages can also take, the benefit of the clinic that we have there. So, and he immediately said, do all 4. I want to give back to the society.
That's very touching. Something we can expect from that level of leadership. It was amazing speaking with you, Arpit.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Krishna
spending
bhai.
time
Thank you,
with us.
and it's an absolute honor, to be here and speaking with you
It was
about
my
the
honor
industry.
to be here. What would be your concluding message to the industry?
I have been monitoring the industry closely over the last 10-15 years. What industry is doing for the people, right from where the diamonds are mined from, hospitals, schools, and be it manufacturing. They are also, all the companies are, doing a lot of social work and providing benefit to the people, and also consumers. More and more people and brands are now, focusing on giving back to the community. So, as an industry, I am very proud and happy that so many people are getting benefit out of it. A natural diamond, it comes from the mines billions years old, and so many people getting benefit of it. It's a whole lot of value chain. Challenges are temporary, but legacy of natural diamonds are forever. And as natural diamonds are here to stay, and as Dadaji, proudly says, and we firmly believe and follow in the business that diamonds are forever, and so are the morals.
Rightly said. Thank you, Arpit, for your time. It was
Thank
lovely
you.
speaking
Thank
with
you. It's an absolute honor.
Thank you. I do hope you love this podcast. So interesting for me to know inside out of SRK1, and I'm going to bring more of such stories to you right over this platform. The short content and the long content is distributed across 7 platforms of the Jewellery Pod. All the platform details are in the description. We would love to hear from you what you want to hear from us next, and we'll make sure that we cover it in the next podcast. Stay tuned till we meet again. Thank you.